Hello, welcome to this video. My name's Dan, aka Lucid. I'm a music producer and songwriter, and today I'm going to be reacting to Billie Eilish's two brand new songs, guitar songs, the two of them. This is TV and The 30th. Let's go. Okay, so Billie surprise dropped two brand new songs yesterday, and I for one am very excited because it's in a mini EP called Guitar Songs. So my favourite song on Happier Than Ever was Male Fantasy. I think it's one of the most beautifully written songs I've heard in the last few years. It's wonderful. Actually, I was re-listening to the whole of Happier Than Ever the other day, and just like the amount of incredible songwriting on that album is just, it's mad. I think it's an incredible album and was very much, I think, underappreciated compared to her first album. I'm sure, I mean, I know it did well, but like the first album got so much attention and the second one didn't get as much, and I think the second one is amazing. I think it's incredible. I think it tops it, the first one. Anyway, tangent. Anyway, yeah, so I'm a big Billie Eilish fan, and yeah, I love her acoustic vibe songs. I think she brings such a kind of flair to a style that's well worn. Yeah, so I'm very excited to hear what these two new songs have to offer us. But before we get into the video, please ignore my skanky eyes. Yeah, I've got some sort of eye infection this week, so that's fun. It's fine, it doesn't hurt, it's just red. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you like this video, and make sure to check out my reactions to her earlier music as well. The links I'll put on the screen if you haven't seen those. And if you head over to the Patreon, you can actually request I react to any song of your choice, and I'll be filming July's request roundup on this coming Monday. So if you want your song request to be featured in the July song request video, then make sure to head over to the Patreon and let me know what song you want before Monday. Otherwise it will be in next month's, and then you have to wait a whole month. Right, let's get on to this. Okay, cool. So this is the first song. This is TV. Heavy on the bass frequencies.
I don't wanna talk right now.
Okay.
Just wanna watch TV.
Relatable feeling.
I don't have to watch you leave.
Oh wow.
Just to watch somebody suffer. Maybe I should go while they all betray each other.
It's like watching all this trashy TV to kind of almost give your life a bit more, you know, interest.
When you fall in love,
okay.
it's fine, you're just in love.
So she's feeling extremely lonely after the end of a relationship, looking at the TV for solace.
Did you see me on TV?
Oh, and now she's on the TV.
I'll try not to starve myself.
Wow. So then she's kind of dealing with the fact that she's going to be on TV and like how she feels about this person seeing her on it, you know?
Watching movie stars on trial while they're turning Roe v. Wade.
Oh wow, so recently written, huh? Okay, there's so many levels to this. I love it. Like the lyric has like, seems to be like approaching TV and our obsession with TV in different like ways, you know?
Maybe I'm the problem.
Wow.
Maybe I'm
Wow, I love this like build up of like a stadium of her voice, you know? Sounds like maybe she actually recorded it at a concert, you know? Wow, cool.
Baby, I'm a problem.
Baby, I'm a problem. Definitive. Amazing. I loved that. Oh my god, like it worked on so many levels, like the lyrics and everything. I'm gonna look up the lyrics, but like before that, like the way in which that was built up, I kind of thought it was gonna be straightforward acoustic, but like although it had that acoustic vibe, there was so many layers to the production, as always. Like her and her brother like really just have such an incredibly creative production style that is so, still sounds so surprising to me every song they put out. And I love how she kind of had this refrain at the end where she was actually kind of thinking, you know, maybe I'm actually the problem in all of this. And then she kind of decides that she, you know, she says, I am the problem, you know. But throughout that build up, there's this crowd that sounds like a whole stadium of people singing with her, and it builds up and builds up. And it's such an unexpected turn for a song that is essentially like acoustic. That's kind of the thing, is that like a lot of acoustic songs just stay acoustic. They're kind of purely acoustic, and actually you can still stay within the kind of acoustic vibe, but there's so much you can do to kind of make it more creative and more interesting in terms of levels of production and stuff. And I think that that's often missed in a lot of kind of acoustic style production. They think that you can't really do anything with it because it's meant to be just guitar, but there is so much you can do and still retain the vibe, you know? And that's what they do in this song. Fabulous. Love it so much. I don't want to talk right now, I just want to watch TV. I'll stay in the pool and drown so I don't have to watch you leave. I put on Survivor I like the little references actually, just to watch somebody suffer. Maybe I should get some sleep sinking in the sofa while they all betray each other. What's the point of anything? It's like speaking to that idea of like the way in which we consume TV to kind of forget about our own lives, ignore our own problems and get lost in the drama of other people, and maybe actually feel better about our own lives because on reality TV you can kind of look down on them. It's quite a kind of like negative kind of thing, isn't it? But it's something that we all do. All my friends are missing again. That's what happens when you fall in love. It seems like the kind of context of her on the sofa sinking in is after a relationship. So like obviously she's spent a lot of time in this relationship. She's kind of maybe let go of a lot of her friendships, which is, or like not tended to her friendships as well as she should have, because she was kind of obsessed with maybe this relationship. And that is a very common story, especially when you're like younger and in love, I think. But now she's after that and she's realizing that like she's quite lonely and the TV is kind of the only thing that's keeping her company. And then she's kind of then thinking about the fact that she's on TV, and now she's thinking, oh okay, maybe this person I've been dating is now seeing me on TV and worrying about that. I'll try not to starve myself because you're mad at me. Oh my god, what about the plans we made? The internet's gone wild watching movie stars on trial while they're overturning Roe v. Wade. Oh my god. So yeah, very recently written. Again, she's like kind of obsessing with the fact that we're all kind of distracted by the screen, we're all distracted by the TV, but meanwhile they're undermining the fundamental rights of women in the US. And it's like, whilst everyone's just like going crazy about Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp trial, you know, watching that on TV, yeah, it's a very recent example of the way in which people get distracted with the kind of superficial drama of television to ignore what's going on in the real world and the actual kind of huge ramifications of that. Oh my god, it's so good. There's so many different layers. And then she's kind of like writing this song almost kind of being like, you know, criticizing this attitude, but she realizes that actually she's part of the problem. She is like also getting obsessed with TV maybe, and ignoring or getting obsessed with the small things and ignoring the big things. And she kind of realizes that maybe she has to clock herself and get her head in the right place, you know. It's fucking great. Oh my god, there's so many layers. Love it. Oh, Billie's just such an artist. Love it. Okay, let's go on to the next song. This is The 30th. I like this. I do love a finger pick moment. I wish I was better at finger picking.
Sometimes you look the same.
I love melody.
Just like you did before the accident.
Oh wow.
It's hard to believe you don't remember in the ambulance.
Oh wow.
All together on the
Oh god, her melodies are so wonderful. Oh, I got chills.
You look so pretty. You were scared, and so was I.
Oh.
And it's
Oh, fuck me.
unusually early traffic, don't panic, guy.
Sounds like maybe someone was in like a car crash or something.
I didn't even think of pulling over.
Oh my
god.
It's like, oh.
I know you look so pretty.
Oh, I fucking love this.
What if it happened to you on a different day? Wasn't a rail in the way where the little kids play or the engine weren't alone. There were kids in the car. Or if you changed anything, would you not have survived your life?
Oh my god.
You don't remember cold, but I then you looked so pretty. Hospital bed, you were scared.
Oh.
So am I.
Oh my god. What the fuck, Billie? Jesus. Oh my god. Oh, I was not ready. Wow. Oh my god. Beautiful. oh my God, on so many levels. And it just went and went and went and went and went. It was like beauty on top of beauty on top of beauty. Like, it started off like the melodies were just like, even from the first melody she sang, I was like, wow, that's like beautifully sung. And then it just like the melody got more and more like like full of expression, and like into that chorus where it kind of like she kind of flits between her kind of like head voice and like kind of goes up and down, and then but it goes into unexpectedly beautiful places in such a gorgeous way that has so much kind of like worry and desperation and love as well, you know. And then like just for it to then go into that middle eight where she kind of ponders what if, and it just builds and builds and builds and builds, goes to this extremely high place of like fear. It just kept on getting better the whole song. Every single time there was a new section, it just got better and more wonderful and more heartbreaking. Oh my God. And it was simple but so effective, because it really kind of like framed the beauty of like the songwriting, like the melody and the way in which the chords were surprising. Oh my God, it was so beautiful and just so brilliantly sung. Like you could hear every single emotion in that. She started pondering what if and started getting scared. Like you could hear all of that just in her vocal delivery. And as such, something so brilliant about Billie's style is that like, because her voice is so close and so intimate, that you do hit every single bit of that, you know, of emotion. And like when she goes to a place that's really emotionally vulnerable and heavy, it's like it goes there, you know, it really goes there. Jesus. Oh my God, I was not ready for that shit. That's so good. That is up there with like some of my favourite stuff that she's done. I'm guessing the 30th was like the day at which it happened. So she's telling this story, right, of this friend who was in a car accident. Sometimes you look the same, just like you did before the accident. When you're staring into space, it's hard to believe you don't remember it. Woke up in the ambulance, you pieced it all together on the drive. They were in a car accident and but they don't remember that actually happened, because that's kind of the trauma response, right? And you don't remember calling me, but I told you even then you look so pretty. In a hospital bed, I remember you said you were scared, and so was I. Maybe Billie was like on the phone to this friend when they crashed their car, which is, oh my God, like the toll on Billie, you know, the guilt. I think that's kind of what she's trying to almost like come to terms with through writing this song, is the guilt of like maybe being on the phone to somebody and then them crashing their car, because they don't remember calling her. And that's the detail, isn't it, that really just sets it off, because it's like, because you know, obviously they don't remember calling her because of the trauma, you know. And the standstill on the 5, I thought it wasn't usual, the early traffic. So maybe she like then drove past the scene and like just kind of like didn't quite put 2 and 2 together, and she pieced it all together later on. Yeah. And then the bridge. Oh my God. What if it happened to you on a different day on a bridge where there wasn't a rail in the way, like, or a neighbourhood street where the little kids play, or the Anjali's crest in the snow or the rain? Like, it could have been like so much worse. What if you weren't alone? There were kids in the car. What if you were remote? No one knows where you are. Yeah. If you changed anything, would you have not survived? You're alive. You're alive. You're alive. Jesus. Wow. It's just, she's just so vulnerable in this song. Oh my God. Like, it's really just incredible that she's kind of accessed this place and put it out for us to hear, you know? And it's such a kind of like innate kind of human fear of this happening to anyone, and it's like those fears realized, and then she starts kind of spiraling in this place where it's like, what if it was worse? What if all this happened? What if you hadn't have actually survived? Thank God you actually did manage to survive. It's like she's reminding herself, no, you were alive, that didn't happen. There's no point thinking of that stuff. I was not ready to hear 2 such amazing songs today. I was just like kind of thinking, oh, just put out a couple of acoustic songs, they'll be cute. But like, Jesus Christ, like phenomenal. Both of them actually in their own ways. But that second song, well, Jesus, like astonishing. Let me know what you think. Yeah, and if you want to check out my other Billie Eilish reactions, I'll link them for you. But actually, like, I really like those videos. I did her first album, but it was like I had already listened to it once before, so it was almost like a revisit reaction kind of thing. But I still got very teary because I hadn't ever listened to the lyrics before. And then my Happier Than Ever reaction, like I was full on not ready for it to like go off in the way that it did, given based on singles and stuff. I loved it. So yeah, make sure to check out those reactions too. Yeah, and if you want to request a song reaction on Patreon, then head over to there as well. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon for another video. Bye. Oh my god.